Good morning. Welcome back to PWR Network, LLC, Honeybrook, Pennsylvania, one of the many homes of PWR Network broadcast, where passion meets reality. And this morning, our guest is Kyle Hauptman, who is a he's currently a member of the SEC's Advisory Committee on Small and Emerging Companies. So the email or the URL link, ladies and gentlemen, to go and ask questions is https://www.spreaker.com/user/8680265/Kyle KYLE-INTERVIEW-5, and it's the rest of the date. So that should bring you to the chat box so that you can chat with the rest of the people or ask questions of Kyle as he's giving this interview with Lillian Cauldwell on Lillian Live. You will see a box saying live chat, my picture, write in your comment, and Kyle will be able to answer it. So good morning. Kyle, how are you today?
Doing terrific. Could you do me a favor? That bit about Kyle-Hauptman-interview/ what was the rest of it?
Okay. The rest of it is interview of -5 let me see if I can get to the end of it. Oh, it just goes 5. I think it gives the rest of the date, which is 5-3-2016.
Okay, so it's not.
All right, and it'll automatically share on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and on YouTube as well.
Okay, gotcha. Live chat.
Live chat, there it is. So people who have any questions can ask you their question or make a comment as we are going through the program.
Okay.
So I guess my first question is what made you decide to go into this line of business in the first place?
Well, it's such an arcane subject, financial policy, but I just think it's very important. I had worked in finance for a while, and then in the policy world, and didn't necessarily want to go back to the financial world, but I found financial policy very important. And I feel like there are voices that need to be heard, and a lot of the financial regulation that's supposed to help the little guy winds up hurting the little guy. So that's what I do every day. I'm like the Pied Piper trying to say that we can do better when it comes to financial services.
So what do you feel is the greatest problem with the American public in being aware of understanding the financial culture of this country?
Well, I think we all agree we had a devastating financial crisis and something had to be done. 2008, 2009, a lot of people lost their jobs. I lost mine, lost a lot of savings. And in response to that disaster, President Obama passed what's called the Dodd-Frank Act. And it's this massively complex thing that's actually 6 years later still being implemented. But it was a very top-down Washington approach, and it's one I disagree with. I think that everyone agreed something had to change, but they wound up just making D.C. and lobbyists and lawyers and compliance officers richer, more powerful. And it's a great example of, when D.C. regulators and politicians sit down and write something, when they're done, it tends to increase the power and prestige of D.C. regulators and politicians. And I think it's hurt our small community banks. It's hurting people looking for work because new businesses tend to get a lot of loans from small lenders. So Dodd-Frank Act is one, and I want to make sure the new financial technology world can grow
So paying attention to all the presidential candidates' complaints, allegations, insults about Wall Street and the lobbyists and the power of money, where do you see things are going to go? And if so, whoever is elected, do you see any kind of their policies succeeding where President Obama has failed?
Well, I would commend the Democrats for at least talking a little about financial policy. Senator Sanders, Secretary Clinton does. But what I think they're missing and what isn't talked about is they compete on who can be harshest towards the big banks and the big Wall Street firms and hedge funds and that kind of thing. So, but let's put that aside for the moment. I have my issues with the way that Frank and Obama dealt with them. But why does the answer always have to be the little guy gets hurt and Washington does better? And I think we agree the lawyers always win in the end. So what happened was people are paying for other people's sins. None of us want to pay for somebody else's sins. And what's happening is small community banks are closing all the time. And they can't handle the massive amount of paperwork, right? They're getting bought by the big guys. And one irony of Dodd-Frank and all the regulation out of Washington is it actually helps the big banks in some way. They can handle it. They have floors of lawyers, computer systems. And the little bank, which you might want to be a customer of, that helps your community. And the only value added small banks have is they know your local industry, they know the people from the Rotary Club or whatever. They're getting bought by the big guys, right? The big bank comes in and says, hey, Lillian, you run Lillian Banking, Lillian Banking Trust, and you have 3 ATM machines. Isn't that going to drag all this regulation? Guess what? We have floors full of lawyers that have dealt with this. We have lobbyists in D.C. and you don't. How about we just cut you a check? We'll buy your location. Get all your customers. All your customers are going to get a letter in the mail that says, hey, as of Monday, you're now a customer of Mega Bank. And not only, so the little banks are selling out, they're having a lot of trouble, and they're selling for cheaper. It has created a fire sale. And the only reason I think we should really care about that, right? I mean, I don't know the perfect number of banks, is that you gave a loan to Lillian's Bar and Grill, a $30,000 loan to open a barbershop or a hair salon. And we have the data. Since the crisis ended, there's been a nice recovery in big banks and their financing. They get big loans or they get issue bonds. But where we haven't had a recovery is in the new business starts and the financing for them. We have the data. It has not recovered. And if you add up a strong recovery for big companies and a no recovery for little companies or potential new startups, you add those up and what do you get? You get a tepid recovery, and that's what we've had.
Or an imbalance in the economy, and yet it's showing that more people, especially among the younger set between 18 and 35, more of them are becoming entrepreneurs than ever before. And all of them are entering with what they think are brilliant ideas and become part of the market. But if you're saying that, and of course a lot of them also fail. So you would say the small companies are the equivalent to the middle class, and every time new taxes or something comes along, you dip into the middle class era to get your money. So once you get rid of the middle class and or the small companies, where does that leave our economy?
I think you've hit on it absolutely. Everybody talks about how small business creates jobs from small business. That's true, but it needs a little caveat. What's really true is most new jobs come from new businesses.
Yeah.
And new businesses are almost always small, right? And I think people maybe look at Silicon Valley and that startup scene, which is the tech community, there's a lot of cool apps on our phone. The reality is most startups are 1 or 2 people opening, a barbershop or something like that. And that is where we haven't had the recovery. And wouldn't it break your heart in the time of unbelievably cheap money, right? Obama's almost entire term, the rates were 0 for the Fed. But only the big companies can take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Government regulation is part of it. I mean, you have some of the cheapest money ever. What a shame that you can't.
I can't take advantage of it. I can't apply for a loan. It's one of these damned if you do, damned if you don't.
That's right. What we need are more new businesses. regulation. We have a problem. And if you look at our political system right now, you can see there's some anger there.
You can see a lot of anger, but I don't see how some of the ideas of the Republicans are going to work when they rail against no more immigrants coming into this country. Well, if you go and ask an American, any American, to go out into the fields and pick crops, they're not going to do it. Or if you ask an American to go out and sweep up the sidewalk or pick up all the garbage off the highway, they're not going to do it. It's when my son went through school, he was one of these really smart kids, and yet he was talking about settling in McDonald's or Burger King so he had time to do what he wanted to do. And I said, there are people out there who can't do anything but McDonald's or Burger King to take home their paycheck to their families and feed them. And I say, you can't settle. You need to do better. And I think this country is getting not only an entitlement philosophy, but also, well, we don't want them in to take the jobs, but we ourselves are not going to do those jobs because they're beneath us.
Well, you mentioned immigrants. That's a good point. Immigrants start businesses about twice the rate of the native born Americans. And to say nothing of children immigrants, right? And so anything you do that hurts small business starts, that makes it harder for a small business startup, disproportionately hurts recent immigrants. So nobody who supports these big government solutions, DC written rules, is actually pro-immigrant. Because we have to have immigrants succeed or it gets ugly, right? Your relatives of mine, they did not come to America hoping against hope that when they got there, they'd have forced redistribution of wealth. What they wanted was a fair shot. They were not getting it at home, whether it was Sicily or Bangladesh or Guatemala. They wanted a fair shot this time. And Washington is preventing many people from having that by excessive red tape and rules that only enriches DC lobbyists, lawyers, politicians.
So as a result, even when we keep out the immigrants to save these jobs for the USA citizens, we're hurting ourselves just as much as if we're letting them in the front door.
Well, we are a better country. Every place is when times are better. And if we would like to have a calmer, more rational discussion about immigration, it would sure help if it was a time of plenty.
Yes.
Just think about, you're having dinner and the neighbors nearby, you got tons of food. You say, hey, come on in. We got plenty, right? Come on in. You're very generous. You feel good about yourself. You're welcome to them. They like you. But what if we were in a refugee camp and there wasn't any? We would start fighting each other over the scraps. And it's government's job to make sure that people can live according to their own decisions. They have the free enterprise system. They have the right to earn their own success. People feel better about themselves when they earn their own success. I don't think most people are really losers. Most people want to feed their kids their own effort. But when you create a system where that immigrant cannot get that loan to open the business, or they can't go work somewhere, or a town doesn't even have enough competition for services because they won't allow the business to go, you've created a situation where we're not going to be nice to each other. There's going to be anger, and we've seen that in the last few years. People want to lash out when there's not enough. And the government created a situation where lobbyists from the big companies are in the room. They wrote the Dodd-Frank Act, but it was very damaging to the little guy in terms of little guy, however you want to define it, somebody that wants to start a small business. And more importantly, someone who needs a job. Obviously, you and I have jobs, we're okay. But who needs a job? Somebody entering the workforce. So who's entering the workforce by definition? Well, young people are. Recent immigrants are. And then anybody going back to the workforce. For example, mothers